What's this shout?
She doesn't take a blind bit of notice, that girl. More tea.
Haven't finished this one yet.
Oh, Harry, stop it. Lucille, you've just got to stop thinking about it, that's all.
Oh, I see. Just like that, eh?
I think that's the lot. Oh, and put me some fags in, will you, love?
10.
No, 20. My nerves are that frazzled.
Hey, I got a lovely little hat from your place. 17 and 11, reduced from 35 bob.
Wish I could wear them.
Why, what's up with you? Got a square head or something?
No, I've got the face.
Listen who's talking. I'd swap with you, Florrie.
How are you getting on with your friend?
What friend?
Well, I did hear you were doing a bit of courting.
She means Ronnie.
Oh, Ronnie. Yeah, fine, thank you.
Well, I'm not meaning to be nosy, but doesn't he ever come round here?
Well,
Oh, well, it's a bit awkward, you see, him living over the other side. She usually meets him in town, don't you, love? Frank, we're just talking about Chris's new friend, Ronnie.
Oh, aye, of course.
Aye, well, that's a lot. Are you coming, then? Come on.
yes, all right. I better bundle this in and all, Florrie.
Well, not exactly the sort of tact, is she?
Why, what's she done?
Well, I couldn't help knowing about you and Christine being friendly, and I didn't think she was nice throwing a boyfriend up in your face like that.
Oh, it's all right, Florrie.
You don't mind me saying so, do you, Frank? But I think it's all for the best.
Can I have a large white loaf, love?
Yeah, of course. You don't mind me saying this, do you? Because after all, we are old friends, aren't we?
I hope so.
You shouldn't have bothered bringing them round just now.
I need them for my composition.
Essay.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Essay.
All right, well, look after him, will you, love? I don't want jammy finger marks all over him.
She will.
Where you put my shoes?
They're beside your chair, and they've been cleaned.
Oh.
He's a bit like that this morning.
Yeah? I'm a bit like that every morning.
Hey, can I take some biscuits for my break?
They're already in your school bag. I don't blame you, honestly, with a couple of dozen more like her to face every day.
Oh, flippin' cheap. Be a pleasure if they was all like me, wouldn't it? But they're not all sickly creams you've given me.
Still and all, it's better for you now that you've come back to teaching, isn't it?
Never gave it up.
Yes, well, you know what I mean. You were going to.
You'll see she looks after him, will you? Matter of fact, I borrowed some of them myself.
Oh, writing's all very well and all that, but when a man's married and got a wife and responsibilities, he's got to face up to them, hasn't he? I mean, it's no use talking.
Yeah. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Oh, dear. I hope I haven't offended him.
Who?
Ken. I was only trying to tell him that I thought what he was doing was the right thing.
Oh, no. I expect he's highly delighted when Emily Tom, Dick and Harry shoves the threepence in.
Now, there's no need to be like that.
I'm just saying he doesn't need you to tell him that he's got a wife and responsibilities. No man does. I don't reckon Johnny Alexander does for a start.
Oh, that's still bothering you, is it?
Of course it's still bothering me. There's a bloke with a wife and a couple of kids, and happy Harry loses him his job.
Yes, but Harry, love, he'd been reported 3 times before. It wasn't just your fault.
Well, that's not the point, love. I reported him, he lost his job. What do you expect me to do? Run the flipping flag up?
He didn't do it on purpose.
No, of course he didn't, love. Off you go to school.
He must have done something wrong. They wouldn't have sacked him for note. Anyway, I expect he'll get another job easy. I mean, what's the marvellous about being a bus conductor, any road?
You get paid every week.
Come on, Lucille, you'll be late. You don't want another detention, do you?
Try to.
Don't
Worry.
She's not daft, you know. And when you're...
let it drop, Helen.
Yeah, well, I only wish you
Look, I
would,
don't
love.
think
We've
I
been
got
over
any
it
more
and
than
over.
10 minutes sleep last night.
Well, there you are, you see, and why? All right, don't tell me, I know. There's one thing I want to say, Harry.
What's that?
All right, so this Johnny Alexander, so he lost his job, but he knows it's his own fault. I mean, if he doesn't know when somebody's paid his fare, he deserves the sack. Now, am I right or aren't I?
Oh, yeah, you're right. He doesn't know when somebody's paid his fare, then he deserves the sack.
Nothing there?
Oh, not for the same sort of money.
Well, perhaps we could manage on a bit less, love.
Now, why should we have to, huh?
We got to be sensible, Johnny. It's no use getting like that. Look, you've lost your job and
Yes, and why have I lost it? I'll tell you why. It's because Mr. Inspector Hewitt had to show what a big man he was in front of his mate, that's why.
No, it wasn't just that. There was more to it than that.
Oh, I'll say, a lot more. Like it getting him some sort of fed in his cap. You know, like it being a big promotion job.
Oh, he can't be as bad as you say he is.
Now, whose side do you want?
Oh, don't be a fool, Johnny. I mean, you don't know he's like that. You're going on and on about him. He was only doing his job.
Now, why do you think he got a job in the first place?
Somebody's got to do it.
Mm-hmm. What sort of people they get? I tell you, them that like spying on people and making trouble. I can just see him now, grinning.
Look, will you listen to me? I'm the bloke who got him the sack.
Yes, but Harry, it's your job. It's what they pay you to do.
Yeah, well, if I'm paid to get other blokes to shove, it's about time I jacked it in. That's all I can
Honestly,
say.
to listen to you, anyone would think it happened every day in the week.
Oh, I'm going out.
Why don't you go around and see him then if you're so worried?
See you!
Johnny Alexander.
Oh, yeah. He'd put the red carpet out good and proper, wouldn't he?
Where does he live anyway?
Well, it's with the terrace. I'll be back about 1, love.
Where are you going then?
Want to see him? Man, don't be daft. What good would it do?
Wordsworth Terrace, sir. That's off Slater Street, isn't
Yes. Hey, now, don't you go shoving your nose in. We've got enough trouble as it is.
it? About 1 then.
Yeah. Ta-ra.
So.
Wordsworth Terrace. Got 5. 236s, 238s, and a 40.
5 embroidered lumbers.
Lumbers, right.
How many sweaters?
Millions.
Oh, it wasn't a terribly successful sale, I'm afraid.
Anyone would think we'd got bugs.
Although we did clear the Angora bed jackets.
There was only one, and you bought that.
Yes. Well, I am rather a chilly mortal in bed. Oh, good morning.
Oh, you look busy. Oh, do me a favour. Come back when Swindley's here and say that in a loud voice.
We're stock taking after the sale, you know.
I'm not being funny, but you sure you mean after and not before?
I'm afraid there was rather a lot of what Mr. Swindley calls sales resistance.
No one was buying now.
I know, money is a bit short at this time.
Well, it's short at any time of the year as far as I'm concerned.
But it does seem to be a difficult period just now. I mean, this is all first quality and it was offered most reasonably.
You soon feel the pinch in a business like mine.
Well, at least you haven't got old Swindley breathing down your neck.
Oh, I think he's rather sweet.
Sweet! Sweet as sour lemon. He never stops grumbling the minute he comes in that door. He's the original moaning Minnie.
Really, Doreen, I don't think we should discuss Mr. Swindley like this. Although I must admit he hasn't been himself lately.
Well, whoever he has been, I don't like him.
Can I have a packet of needles?
Well, it's very trying, you know. He has to think of Mr. Papagopoulos. Assorted.
Please.
It's Doreen.
Oh, needles. Needles. I don't know. We got some somewhere. I sold some on Thursday.
Ah, Mrs. Barlow. You inspecting our extensive range of bargain woolies?
No, I just came in for some needles.
Oh, here you are, Doreen. Oh, 4pence, please. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Try.
Try. 4pence. Of course, I appreciate that it required the full complement of staff to assist in such a momentous transaction.
As a matter of fact, Mr. Swindley, we haven't stopped all morning.
Serving?
No, stock taking.
Good heavens. I had no idea we got all this stuff left.
We haven't. You want to look in the stock room? There's another 8 dozen boxes in there.
All set for the big day, darling.
Yeah, I've been and bought myself a balaclava.
Oh, you've been snug as a bug in a rug under my tarpaulin.
I'm not going under no tarpaulin with you, so you can get that straight for a kick.
Hello, sex rating its lovely head again. Look, darling, I know it's not going to be easy for you, but you just have to concentrate on the job.
Oh, I'll concentrate on the job. It's what you'll be concentrating on that's worrying me.
Look, doll, this is what we call in big business a merger, you see. When two business interests get together for their mutual advantage, they merge in a merger.
Yeah, well, I'm not merging under no tarpaulin with you. Now then, where'll be flogging?
Oh, genuine handmade Fair Isle sweaters. Oriental type.
What's the Oriental type?
Well, this is my gimmick, you see. These are the only genuine handmade Fair Isle sweaters that have been specially imported from Japan.
Ooh, she's a fool to herself, is that girl, getting herself mixed up with Jedstone. Her father's not a bit happy about her, you know. Not a bit. There was ructions there just before Christmas. He was all for taking her home there and then. Good job he can't see what's going on now.
Would you say they were planning to kidnap Mr. Christopher just to steal the crown jewels?
Oh, don't be silly, Enid. She's going to help him on his stall, that's all.
You wouldn't think so, the way the human Geiger counter's going on, clicking away there as though she's uncovered the crime of the century.
And since when have you been so partial to Jedstone? We all know what he is, anything for a little apple.
Now, that's not fair. It's very enterprising of Sonny Jim to start this stall.
Oh, it's only natural you'll stick up for him. You've got a soft spot for him. Think he must have brainwashed you or something. Mind you, not that he's got much material to work on.
As it happens, I think she's right for once.
Of course I am.
Not you, dimwit, her.
They are showing a bit of enterprise, the pair of them, and you need to these days to keep your head above water.
I think he'll make a lot of money.
He won't make his week's wages, but then that's more than some of them will do round here. Earnshaw's is moving now.
The factory is? Where to?
Well, they're closing up here and they're extending the branch down London way.
Oh, not Earnshaw.
Yes, Alice Wardle told me her Norman's in components. You want to wish them two luck. It's better than hanging around street corners.
Concepta! Concepta, you in?
Stayed on time. Concepta said he'd be back about 1.
Oh, where is she?
She said she just got a message.
Oh, I see. Where's the baby?
He's gone with her, so I said I'd keep an eye on your dinner. Shall I dish it out?
Oh, didn't she say where?
No, she didn't.
Oh.
Val! Phone, love.
Oh, right, I can't be a sec. It's only one putting on a plate.
Oh, that's funny.
You back in the land of the living, then?
Huh?
This morning?
Oh, no, it's just a spot of bother at work, you know.
There you are. Right, a moustache, because they'll still be hanging on.
Yeah. Oh, and thanks for coming round, look.
Oh, that's all right. So,
All right. You having a Todd, then?
Oh, come in. Yeah, Concepta's done a vanishing act, you know.
Well, don't let it put you off your dinner, will you?
Huh? Oh, well, she's just nipped down to the shops, you know. Well, what can I do for you, anyhow?
I've been thinking about that bloke.
Which bloke?
Which bloke?
Yeah, well, you might, mate.
Does Concepta know that it was my fault, you know, not paying me fare?
Nope.
She's going to lament to me when she finds out, isn't she?
Well, it's nothing to do with Concepta.
Now, you try telling that to any woman, though. She'd be right, though. Nobody could make me feel any worse than I do, though.
Well, I'm not disagreeing with you.
What's that? It's a bit rough, though, getting the push, isn't it?
Look, do you think I've not been sweating on it at all?
Well, there must be something we can do.
Yeah, well, there is.
What?
Oh, don't you worry yourself, mate. I've done it already.
Mrs. Alexander,
Yes?
I'm Mrs. Hewitt. My husband's an inspector on the buses.
Oh, I see. Come in.
Is it all right if I leave the baby here in the pram?
Yes.
Thank you. Oh, what a nice flat.
Well, it's in a bit of a mess at the moment, you know, with 2 kids.
Indeed, I do.
Please sit down, Mrs. Hewitt.
Thanks.
It was your husband, then?
Yes, but he isn't... 2 children, you say?
Yes. 1 of each. That was taken at school. His tie's always behind his ear.
He's the image of you, isn't he? Thanks. Mr. Hewitt, Harry, is very upset about what happened. He didn't think they'd sack your husband.
He's gone to the labor exchange.
I mean, he was only doing his duty. If he hadn't, they would have come down on him.
Yes, I know.
Yes, and that's what I keep telling him. Honestly, since it happened, he hasn't slept a wink. If only the...
Yes.
Well, I keep telling him it wasn't his fault, that I'm sure even Mr. Alexander probably doesn't blame him.
Is that why you came here?
I shouldn't have, I know.
Is that why?
Yes. If there was only something I could tell him to stop him feeling so guilty.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Hewitt. Believe me, I'm just as sick at heart about all this as you are. They say it's the wives that suffer most, don't they? But you wouldn't like me to tell you something that wasn't true.
Well, I don't want...
You see, Johnny does blame your husband. He says if it wasn't for him, he'd still have his job. In fact, the honest truth is, Mrs. Hewitt, he's very bitter. He's very bitter indeed.
Quarter.
Aye.
Frank was in earlier on.
You know, this is the one thing that keeps me going.
He's taken it very well about Christine.
1 and 4pence. No, well, he didn't have any option, did he?
I think it's all for the best, don't you, Mr. Tatlock?
Aye, it happens so. Spring and autumn, Although it has been known to work sometimes, you know.
Why you had to start frying onions, I don't know. We'll be stunk out for a fortnight.
Well, I promised me Mum I'd have some cooked dinners.
Fried onion biscuits, very panic, Father.
Just a minute, Sheila. What's this I hear about you and Jed Stone going on the market?
Yeah, that's right, on Saturday.
Be a bit of a giggle. Oh, I don't know. I promised your mother I'd look after you.
Oh, she'll be all right. I've told her. If he tries out, just take off her stilettos and clunk him one.
I never thought you'd be bothered speaking to him again after the trouble he caused when your folks came.
Oh, I just got a forgiving nature.
Anyway, I couldn't help myself and I thought of him all on his own.
Aye, and when she thought of all that lovely commission.
Am I wrong, Mr. Tatlock? I don't like it at all.
Now, look, you don't want to fret yourself, Florrie. She'll have a bit of fun, that's all. After all, that's the time to play the goat when you're their age. Heaven knows it doesn't last long. Ta-da.
Yeah, well, you shouldn't have gone to all this bother for us, though.
Oh, no bother. It was made anyway.
Yeah, well, I didn't know my wife was coming round here, you know. Oh,
Oh, here he comes now.
Hello, Johnny.
Well, you should have got the cake out.
Now, look, we didn't come round here expecting the bigger Lowe, but...
We thought we might put something right.
You hear that?
Johnny.
Look, I know the old thing's a flaming mess, mate.
You got a cup there for me, love.
We're wasting our time here. Come on now.
Ah, just a minute, love.
Now, what you waiting for? You heard what he said?
You might at least listen to them,
You're
love.
the only bloke in the world that ever got his cards, this one.
Shut up, Len.
Oh, I suppose you know what it's like, being out to work.
As a matter of fact, I do. I mean, I've lost my job before today. And other things.
Oh, look, chuck it, the pair of you. Look, I went to see Foster this morning. He said you can reapply for the job back after I told him the truth.
The truth?
Well, go on, mate. Tell him that's what you came here for.
Yeah. I didn't pay me fare that morning. You can take that smile off your face, because I'm telling you now.
Man, you're telling me nothing. I know you didn't pay your fare.
Yeah, well, as soon as I got hold of the truth,
Now, what's all this about truth, eh? I told you the truth, man. I told you that morning.
Yeah, well, you see... Well, look, it's all sorted out now. All you got to do is go down to the depot and sign on.
Not likely.
You what?
I said not flaming likely.
They're offering you your job back.
Man, I wouldn't go back there even if they offer me double pay. Never again.
Why the heck not?
Well, because I've just been down to the labor. And I got myself a job where they trust you. And where you don't have no peeping toms paid to spy on a man 24 hours a day.
And 3:36 is... How many more? I'm getting right as cramp.
We've almost finished.
Well, ladies,
A watched pot never boils.
I beg your pardon, Miss Lostock.
Well, I think Doreen means that we'll be finished more quickly if we're left to ourselves. We've only got to finish off the Liberty bodices.
Yes, very well. I must have these figures within the hour. They've got to be posted to Mr. Papagopoulos by 6 o'clock without fail.
Hello. It's him, Mr. P, for you.
Hello? Swindley speaking. Yes. Oh, certainly, Mr. Yeah. I see. Yes. Of course. At once. Yeah. Goodbye. We shan't be posting the figures after all, Miss Nugent. Mr. Papagopoulos wishes to see me personally, and I'm to take the stock sheets with me.
Oh, she's a very silly girl, getting herself mixed up with that Jed Stone.
As a matter of fact, I quite agree with you, Mrs. Longhurst. I was just telling Sheila so myself.
There you are, see?
Oh, I suppose now the oracle's spoken, that's it. I wanted to baked beans.
Oh, it's not just me, it's everybody.
That everybody's a lot of sheep. I must say, I think she'd done a lot better for herself if she got a decent, hard-working lad like Christine Hardman.
And a very good afternoon to one and all. Madam, Madam, do you sell those little bilberry tarts? You know, they make your teeth go all black. They're done up in tinfoil. You can get them at Williams at 4pence each.
Yeah.
Then give us a couple of custards.
Oh, you said bilberry.
Oh, no, love, not me. There's one thing I can't stomach. It's bilberry tarts.
Now, look here, young man, I want to have a word with you. What's this I hear about you and Sheila?
Sheila?
Sheila!
Oh, you mean Sheila? It's got out, has it?
Well, I didn't know it was a secret.
Well, we thought we'd keep it to ourselves for a bit, you know, with me being dead sentimental like. Once I had a secret love, that dwells within the heart of me. Hey, tell me, do you know a good place to go for a honeymoon? We tried to ignore it, but it grew and grew, till finally we had to admit this thing was bigger than both of us.
Are you having me on?
Mrs. Florida, Linda, I'm surprised at you. I'm really surprised. Would I joke about a thing like that? It's sacred to me. Sacred. Lovely. Put them on the slate, will you? Here. Keep it quiet about Sheila, won't you? They tried to tell us we're too young. Too young to... Hey, can you get this door open?
Does Oglorable sound all right?
Og what? Is that clock fast?
Oglorable. It's a cross between ugly and horrible.
Never heard of it. It must be fast.
I've just made it up.
Oh, don't be silly. And listen, I want that table cleared in 5 minutes.
I'm not. William Shakespeare did. She was telling us today he made tons of his own words up. I think it's a belting idea.
I wonder where your father could have got to. Oh.
Anybody at home?
Hello, Frank.
Hey, you left your key in the front door.
Oh. Thanks, Frank.
Harriet?
No, not yet.
Well, I wondered if you'd be interested in a cup tie ticket. I know there's a spare one going.
Oh, I expect so.
Concepta!
Oh, hello, Harry.
Hello, Frank.
Frank's got a spare cup tie ticket. He wondered if you'd be interested.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, right. As long as it's spare, you know.
Yes, well, I'll put one on one side for you. Ta-ra, love.
Bye, Frank.
Off Slater Street, eh?
What?
I said off Slater Street.
Oh, so you've been there too.
What the dickens do you have to go butting in for?
I was only trying to help.
And what did you think you can do to make matters worse?
That's not fair.
I wouldn't care, but I warned you before I went out.
Nobody minds. I'm trying to do my own
Oh,
work.
go and do it in the bedroom.
Blooming freezing up
Put the
there.
fire on.
I'm staying.
I said go on!
Oh, all right, mean it.
What fool I look sending my wife to patch up my quarrels.
Nobody sent me.
That's not what it looked like, is it?
Oh, who cares what it looked like? Tell me, what happened? Is it all right?
No, it isn't. Then said he was sorry it was all his fault and he hadn't paid his fare.
What?
Yeah, well, he hadn't. Hey, no need for you to say out to him either.
Isn't there? And what about Johnny Alexander?
Oh, well, I explained it all down at the depot. They more or less offered him his job back.
Offered him his job back?
Yeah.
Oh, but Harry, that's marvellous. That poor woman, I felt so sorry for her and she was so understanding. Well, that's all right then. Everything's all right.
No, it's not.
Well, why?
Because he said he wanted nothing to do with it, and I, for one, don't blame him.
Yeah, but if Len's apologised...
He said he wanted nothing to do with it. In his own words, he didn't want a job where they had a peeping Tom spying on a man 24 hours a day.
Oh, but that's ridiculous. Every job's got to have somebody to see that it's been done properly. I mean, there must be hundreds and hundreds of men holding down jobs like yours.
Yes, love. But we're not talking about hundreds and hundreds of other blokes. I'm talking about me.
Oh, no, love, no, I said black.
But, Mrs. Brown, I'm so sorry.
It's all right, love. I know that end of sale feeling myself. So did my feet.
We have been rather busy.
Yeah, you're telling me. You know, when I go to bed at night, all I can see is hands grabbing out at me.
We could have done with some of them round here. I think you may just be lucky, Mrs. Tanner. We do have 1 or 2 oddments left if you're interested. Game to the last.
Oh, no, love, no. I don't think I'll bother. Not just now. 6 minutes, did you say?
Yes,
Right,
thank
there
you.
we are.
Right.
Oh, try hot salt water. For your feet.
Oh, thank you. What was all that pantomime in aid of? Well, there is such a thing as loyalty, Doreen.
I can safely leave you to lock up, can I, Miss Newton?
Oh, yes, you mustn't be late for Mr. Papagopoulos.
Oh.
You know what the buses are like at this time. Oh, dear. It's coming on to rain.
Yes. I wish the weather were our only problem, Miss Newton.
I wonder what Mr. Papagopoulos wants to see him about. Oh, it's as clear as daylight. How do you mean, Doreen? Well, business is hardly blooming, is it? And Nick the Greek doesn't run a charity institution. I don't follow you, Doreen. Well, it's obvious. He's going to start cutting down. Someone will have to go.